Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna give you a garage update. I got people asking me what is the latest. They know I sold one of my cars. They're asking why did I do that, what was the rationale behind it. So I'm gonna explain to you some of the movements in the garage and some of the ideas I have for the future. But first I want to thank my sponsor, Rolls-Royce Motor Cars of Raleigh.
Rolls-Royce Motor Cars Raleigh provides the Carolinas with a pristine collection of Rolls-Royce models and unforgettable service. From viewing to paperwork and financing, their exceptional team of professionals streamlines the experience for you, so that every moment here is a world-class encounter. Their friendly personnel are experts in what they do and are happy to help. If you're in the Raleigh area, visit their showroom today and find a product that defines you. If you're not located in the Raleigh area, or prefer to work with them virtually, they offer a variety of remote services, including white glove delivery. They'll help you find the Rolls-Royce or other luxury car and leave you with a smile.
Starting with the R8. I sold the R8 recently, a couple of weeks ago. I sold it well. It was a great car. I really enjoyed that car. I customized it, I made it better, I added an exhaust, carbon fiber parts. The car was tremendous, but the fact is that as soon as I discovered that it was a 1 of 30 edition, I wasn't putting many miles on it. I was afraid to drive it and for nothing to happen to the car or for me to add additional miles and further depreciation. And at that moment I knew that I needed to do something different, and at some point I was going to sell it. So I decided to do that this side of Christmas rather than next year, and I sold it well. It went to a local person that it's also a member of the car club that I'm part of, so I'm most likely going to see the car. You're going to probably see pictures of the car with the new owner soon on the channel. But anyway, that was the rationale behind it, and I obviously wanted to do something different in the future, which I'm going to talk about in the next few minutes. Now, the other thing I did, and I have people asking me why, is I bought a 2015 Jaguar F-Type, and it's a rare color. It's a fire sand, a nice burnt orange with a very beautiful spec inside with the orange stitching, low mileage and depreciated, but in great condition, and I couldn't pass it. It's always the shape that I like, the F-Type coupe. I used to have an F-Type. For those that follow the channel for a few years, you know that I used to have a convertible F-Type, a white one, but I went with the coupe, and I'm using that car as a daily. It's super fun, it's loud, it's got the best exhaust for any stock car. And it's guiltless miles. I can put miles on the car and not be worried about any depreciation. So yeah, I'm back on the F-Type and I'm really enjoying it. I'm adding a few details to make it mine and special. I'm gonna cover that in a future video, but yeah. So let me just first address the question that everybody asked me. Did you change an R8 for an F-Type? The answer is no. How can you change mid-engine V10 for an F-Type? That's not what I did. It's a bit of a downgrade until I do something else in the future, but it's still a great car to use as a daily. Now, if you've been following the channel, you also know that I have bought an AMG GTS that I was using as my daily car. When I sold my TT, I got this AMG, same as my friend Carlos, who has a white AMG GTS. And this is the car that I'm really falling in love with. And not only me, everywhere I take it, people want to take pictures, people want to talk about the car. It brings so much attention that, I've been surprised with it. Which means that I then made the decision to take it off daily duty, and that's why I got the F-Type. So that's a bit of a combined reason for me to get the F-Type. This one is really becoming my favorite car, and that's a big statement. It's gorgeous. It drives incredibly. This is a car that was designed to compete against the 911, and I can see why. It sounds a bit of like a muscle car. I did some tuning. I took it up to 620 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. I mean, it's like a super powerful car that you can use as a daily or you can take to the track, and it's very exciting. So that car, like I said, I want to preserve it a bit more. I added some carbon pieces to it and I made it mine, it's the thing I needed to do. Now, for the future, what can come in the future? There's a few things I might be looking at, right, as a future plan, and I don't know what future looks like. I don't know if it's a few months from now. I don't know if it's a year from now. At some point, maybe I have to sell the Jaguar in order to do something else. I've been looking at going back to Ferrari at some point. Maybe a 458, which is the last naturally aspirated V8, and obviously will become the great collectible Ferrari in the future. Prices are coming down slightly, but not yet to the point where you can say that it's a great investment at the moment. I'm also looking at Porsche. Should I go back to Porsche? Maybe a GT3, maybe something different. I never had a 911 in my life. I had a Cayman. I had a Boxster, but it's something that has always been there for me to complete on the list. So that's another one that I might be looking at. And also I've been looking at Aston Martins, right? It's a great car. It's got an AMG engine. They sound great. They're well built. I mean, they are well built. They have a bit of a depreciation issue like McLaren and others, but the fact is that, well maintained, those are great cars. So I'm also looking at those, right? But nothing I will do immediately. And if I do anything, I'll probably document it in the channel. You'll be the first one to know. So that's sort of the thinking about, future plans, and, let's see where that goes. As it relates to the McLaren, the 720, that's untouchable. That is my rocket ship. That is my Formula One car. I struggle to think about another car that will be as exciting as the 720, if I'm honest. It's so fast, and it's about to get faster. I'm gonna soon install some downpipes. I'm gonna do a tune. My friend Titus from Titus Designs is gonna take care of that, and we're gonna do a very good before and after video of how that happens, and craziness will become insanity. And I love that car. It's a staple of my collection, and I think, like I said, I can't think of another more exciting car than that. So I'm gonna keep it for a while. So that's a bit of an update of what's going on in the garage. Tell me in the comments if you agree, disagree, if you think the R8 move was the right one or not, and what you think about my future plans and some of your suggestions and your ideas. So I'm looking forward to that. And as always, I want to thank you for following us and subscribing on YouTube, and stay tuned on Instagram and all the other platforms, because there's a lot new content coming up. So again, thank you so much, and I'll see you around. Take care.